Hello all, we are going to discuss 8th class biology, first lesson, what is science. So in this lesson, we are going to discuss about the meaning of science, the importance of science, and how the scientists are going to investigate to discover a new thing. So first we are going to see actually from where did we get the word science. We got the word science from a Latin word called scientia. Scientia actually means knowledge. So, from a Latin word scientia, we got science. Scientia actually means knowledge. So, now what is science actually, and what is the importance of science? Science is an organized study of knowledge which is based on experimentation. That means science always gives you an systematic knowledge. Science always gives us systematic knowledge. What is the meaning of systematic knowledge? Systematic knowledge is nothing but, for example, first we are going to learn about body parts. Then we are going to discuss about organs. Then we are going to discuss about organ system. So here whatever the knowledge you are going to get, that is in an organized, arranged in an systematic way. We are not reading first organ system, then organs, then body parts. Though you are going to get knowledge like this also, but it is not in a systematic way. So science always provides you an organized study which is based on experimentation. Science is a tool for searching truths of nature. That means whatever, whoever say or give you information, you have to not believe in all those information until and unless you have a proof. Until and unless you have a proof, you have to not believe about various things what others say. For example, actually the leaves will be falling from the tree. So you have to know the truth why the leaf are falling from the tree. What is the actual reason? What is the truth behind that? So if you know that truth with the help of science, you will be knowing all the truths which are present in the nature with the help of science. So we need proof. You should not believe whatever they say until and unless you have a proof. Next, science is a way of exploring the world. What is the meaning of this exploring the world? Now, we are first we did research on our earth. Now we are going to do research on Mars or space. That means we are not stopping at a particular place. We are just going on doing research on different things. We are exploring the world. We are traveling. We are exploring the world. We are not stopping at a particular point. We are moving with the help of science. If science is not there, then we used to stuck at one point. But we are not doing that. With the help of science, we are moving to different regions, not only on the earth. Now we can also go to Mars. So that is about the importance of science in our daily life. And one more thing, if we want to develop scientific thinking, if you want to develop scientific thinking, questioning, you have to practice questioning. Questioning is the primary fundamental step in scientific thinking. You have to question everything. You should not believe what others say. You should if you observe anything, you have to ask yourself why this is happening, how this is happening, for what it is happening, and who is doing this. If you ask a question, if you question yourself, then there is a possibility to find out the truth or reason behind that. Here we have some examples. Generally, we see stars only during night. We see stars only during night. We all know this. Every day, every month, every week, the same thing is happening. We'll get up and we can see only stars during night time. But who questions themselves, like why can we observe stars only during night time? Why only we can see stars during night time? If you question yourself, then you will be knowing the reason that during daytime, as sunlight will be there, that sunlight, due to that sunlight, we are unable to see the light of the stars. During night, no sunlight will be present, so it will be completely dark. So from the darkness we can see the starlight. So like this, you have to question yourself. Okay, if you question yourself, then your scientific thinking is going to develop, and in future you are also going to perform many things, many new discoveries like a different scientist. Now, from that time, we are talking about science. Here, we should also keep it in mind that scientists, you have to also know about scientists. Scientists are the persons who discover new things and they say to the world. They are going to experiment and they are going to show different discoveries to the world. With the help of the scientist only, science is progressing day by day. Now, here we have two types of science. One is observational science. We have two types of science. One is observational science and experimental science. Observational science and experimental science. Now, we are going to discuss about persons who work for specific field. Few persons work for observational science and few persons work for experimental science, and they give you information. I repeat, few persons work, they observe the nature, they observe the surroundings, and they give you information regarding the nature. And few persons, they are going to experiment on anything. From that experiment, they are going to give you the information. So now we are going to discuss about those persons who work in a specific field and give you information. So the first one is ecologist. Who is this ecologist? Ecologist is a person who is going to observe the behavior of different organisms. So, ecologist, what he does is he will go either to a forest or he observes the surrounding and he is going to gather the information regarding the behavior of different organisms. For example, how dog is behaving, why dog is doing some different sounds during some situation. Okay, why elephant? How much food does elephant eats per day? Okay, so whether elephants lives in a group or will it live single, so all these types of information will be observed by ecologist. So ecologist comes under observational science because he observes and gives you information. Next, geologist. So who is this geologist? Geologist is a person who is going to find out the distribution of fossils and minerals in the earth crust. So, with the help of geologist only, we will be knowing where the petrol, coal, or diesel, gold, okay, all these where they are present in the earth crust. So that information is given by geologist. So geologist also comes under observational science. Next, coming to climatologist. Climatologist is a person who is going to give you information regarding climate or weather. Okay, so he also comes under observational science because he is going to observe the nature, then he is going to give you information regarding the weather or climate. So, simply you can say climatologist is a person who is going to observe the surroundings, then gives information regarding the climate. Next, coming to astrophysicist. Astrophysicist is a person who is going to study about stars, planets and galaxies. Okay, so he is going to study about different types of stars, planets and galaxies. Now we are learning that only 8 planets are present. So ninth planet Pluto is, we are not studying about Pluto now. So whatever the information regarding the planets, whatever the information regarding the galaxies, only one galaxy is not present. So many galaxies, so many solar systems are present. So all that information is given by astrophysicist. Next we are going to learn about chemist. What does chemist do? Chemist studies about different chemical reactions. Now, whatever the medicines are prepared, so medicines are prepared with so many chemicals and chemical reactions. So in industries also you can find so many chemicals, and chemical reactions. So chemist is a person who is involved in all these things. Here chemist comes under experimental science because he is experimenting and finding out the new things. So chemist comes under experimental science. Next, coming to biologist. Biologist actually he studies about the behavior and also behavior of plants and animals. You can say biologist simply he studies about plants and animals. So he is also comes under experimental science because he is going to experiment on different plants and give you the information. So biologist studies about different plants and animals. Now coming to genetist. Genetist. Genetist is a person who is going to study about characteristics passed from one generation to the another generation. That means what? I repeat, genetist is going to study about the characteristics passed from one generation to another generation. For example, here your parent is one generation and you are of one generation. So there are chances, okay, the characteristics from your parents will be passed to you. So the characteristics from your parents will be passed to you. Like for example, the shape of your parent nose and the shape of your nose might be same. So these are the characteristics which will be passed from parents to you. Okay, so genetist is a person who is going to study about these characters, how they are passed, and what type of diseases will be passed from parents to you or parents to next generation. So genetist is a person who is going to study about different characteristics passed from one generation to other generation. He also comes under experimental science. Next, coming to earth scientist. Earth scientists generally they are going to study about earthquakes and landslides. Okay, volcano eruption, earthquakes, like they are going to give you information why it is occurring, how it is occurring, then when it will stop. Okay, so they comes under observational science. So these are about different persons who work for specific field and gives us information by observing the nature as well as by experimentation. So this is all about today's class. What we have discussed, once I'll summarize. We discussed about First, we discussed about from where did we get science. Word science. Science we got from a Latin word scientia, which means knowledge. And we discussed about the importance of science. Why science is important. Science will provide you an organized knowledge, and it is a tool for finding truths of nature, and it is a way of exploring the world. Then next we have discussed about the specific persons working for a specific field. So in next class we are going to discuss about scientific methods.